get blacklisted, you've really pissed somebody off. In very broad strokes terms, that's what briefly happened in the eyes of Ubisoft's Splinter Cell fanbase with the release of Splinter Cell Conviction, wherein the lauded Spies vs. Mercs multiplayer mode went suddenly and conspicuously MIA. In Ubisoft Montreal's forthcoming Splinter Cell Blacklist, the Spies and Mercs are back at each other's throats in ways both traditional and new. Blacklist offers a retooled post-conviction version of the Spies vs. Mercs gameplay, while also including a classic mode. In the classic mode, 2 spies and 2 mercs go at it, respectively attacking and defending critical points on the map, with the asymmetrical player viewpoint itself being one of the key elements. The elusive and nimble spies, playing from a third-person viewpoint, can essentially disappear into the deep shadows, or clamber about utilizing ledges and vents, but with no actual lethal weapons at their disposal, rather night vision goggles and silent stun crossbows. The heavily armed but lumbering mercs, meanwhile, are on first-person paranoia patrol, more than equipped to splatter a foe all over the nearest wall if they can spot him first, obliged to constantly sweep the dark, dubious corners of the rooms with their flashlights and listen for any telltale sounds that may herald the onset of attack from behind, above, or below. The emphasis on light and shadow is also far more critical in the classic mode, and shooting out those light sources is not only fun, but is in fact a very valuable tactic. All in all, the classic experience is much more intimate conflict than the newer Blacklist-style gameplay. A tense, technical, zero room for error physical and perceptual trade-off geared to the taste of the most hardcore, old-school Splinter Cell devotees, and one that truly offers the best, and, if you're doing things right, the absolute worst, of both worlds. For newer school players more attuned to the Conviction-era style of play, the Blacklist take on Spies vs. Mercs is an all-new, radically different experience. Not only can team members of both camps move significantly faster through the environments, but the clashes take place between teams of 4 players each. Multiple presets for each character class allow you to really crack open the options for variety. Are you an aggressive player? Do you want to be able to provide real-time feedback to your fellow mercs, or spies as the case may be, on the whereabouts of the enemy players? The new customization scheme throws a number of extremely interesting wrenches into the Splinter Cell experience. Blacklist players can unlock their respective loadouts and go deep into their chosen classes. The game features approximately 540 possible variations per class, including torso armor mods with active abilities, 12 passive abilities, 3 vision modes, and the obligatory high-tech spy tech, including radar functions that track enemy merc movements on the heads-up display, or even full-on cloaking devices. Plus they get to actually pack lethal weapons too, which is huge in itself. The mercs, meanwhile, can lay down proximity anti-personnel mines, place motion sensors with lights that can deprive the lurking spies of their all-important shadows, or activate an electromagnetic pulse weapon that can simply shut down the spies' fancy-pants electronics across the board within a certain range. To counter that, the spies can utilize an overcharge suit. What soon emerges between regular opponents is a wonderfully antagonistic measures-countermeasures style of gameplay, wherein players can analyze and adapt to the tactics and tendencies of their foes. One of the more exotic gadgety implements of the game is the spy's anti-grenade system. Set in place on a tripod, it actually functions as a ballistic miniature anti-projectile shield, acting to take out any grenades that cautious mercs might be hucking into areas suspected of harboring lurking spies. Like any other placed device element in the game, it can be physically destroyed if it can be located. Another one of the neater tools in the game is the remote pilotable flying mini-drones, which can be used to scan the area ahead. They also have the ability to stealthily take out enemy guards. But take your shots wisely, because the drone's onboard ammo is in extremely short supply. However, you can simply detonate the thing, which is either neat or nasty, depending on which end of the remote you're at. Blacklist aims high and low to simultaneously satisfy the desires of both new school and hardened veteran Splinter Cell players alike. It will be released on August 20th, 2013 for the Xbox 360, PS3, Wii U, and PC.